world-famous Horseshoe Curve, known as the National Historic Landmark, one of the most rail fan spots on the NS Pittsburgh line. Though it's known for its beautiful views, it's also been known for various accidents. And one day, the Horseshoe Curve almost claimed another victim. This is the story of the 39G incident. On August 28, 2022, NS 39G was traveling from Reading, Pennsylvania to Conway, Pennsylvania. 39G is known to be a heavy train carrying between 200 and 300 cars, all coming from Reading. 39G today was like no other. It was 15,023 tons and 13,910 feet, and consisted of 7 engines, which included SD70 ACC 1813, SD70 ACE 1187, both up front, ES40 DC 7632 as a mid-distributed power unit, and 4 ECUs on the rear, 7230, 7254, 7235, and 7229. On this particular day, 39G was experiencing its fair share of issues, which included the second unit on the rear, 7254, being shut down due to a ground relay fault. The head end couldn't hear the rear helpers, and another helper set was called in. As the train was going through the Horseshoe Curve, it was moving at 5 miles per hour. The first 2 halves of the train went through fine, but as the rear came close, something didn't look right. And then it happened.
Allegheny. Hey, get hold of that 39G, tell him to make a stop. We got a car on the ground. Rose 39G.
Goodness.
Put the arrow on him, stop. You're on the ground. Allegheny. Rose, you sure? I'm talking to the helpers. You can't hear them. They said they're on the ground.
One of the rear cars, LWAX 138, had its trucks leaning in the air about 3 feet off the railhead, and then the trucks coming right back onto the rails. As the helper sets neared, rail fans were starting to wave and try to get the attention of the helper crew, which they were able to do, and the train came to a screeching halt. The helper crews were confused. They were wondering why so many rail fans were waving at them trying to get their attention. Then they realized that the rail fans that were waving at them actually saved their lives and saved 39G from derailing. The car inspector came to the Horseshoe Curve to see what was going on and see what they were dealing with, and the rail fans that took footage of the incident showed them the video of the car in question. This incident caused a lot of delays. I just so happened to be behind Station Medical that day, and the first train that I caught was 27G, led by SD70 ACE 1221, BNSF SD70 ACE 8540, and ES44 DC 7423. Because of this incident at the Horseshoe Curve, 27G had to come to a stop. Another train that had to stop due to this incident was 20X, led by ES44AC 8180 and SD70 Ace 1079. Once things started to clear up, N55 came east with 11 cars from the rear of 39G. Here is that video. So the question remains, what could cause such an incident? Well, there was no need for an investigation because the cause of the incident was as clear as day. All 7 units on 39G were online. And since the LWAX 138 was empty, that's what caused the wheels to come off the rails. Also, we learned a lot from the audio recordings that were recorded that day, especially the fact that the helper crew did not know what was going on until they saw all the rail fans waving their hands, telling them to stop. We also learned that there was something else going on with that helper. Here are some of the details that we learned from those recordings of that day.
I'm showing open trouble. That unit is low on water.
Okay, so you do not want me to try and restart it? Need more than 10 pounds to hold a 14,000-ton train. No worries, coming.
Allegheny, go ahead, over.
N55, Allegheny.
Go ahead there, N55.
Now, I'm not sure if we're on the ground or we just shoved the drawbar in. We had a car leaning over real bad, about 10 in front of us, and all the people at the curb were flagging us down to stop.
Alright, roger that, N55. Are you guys all stopped, over?
Yeah, we're stopped. Is there anything coming on 3 tracks?
No, 3 tracks all cleared, over.
Alright, put a block on it. My conductor's going to be on the ground to go look at this.
Alright, and where exactly on 3 track do you need your block at there, over?
Altoona to, Altoona to US.
Alright, roger, Altoona to US.
G helper.
Allegheny.
39G, Allegheny.
Go ahead there, over.
We have no communication with the helper back there, so.
Alright, what are you trying to say to him, over?
He said we're on the ground. I mean, what? You have a roundabout general idea. We're going to start, me and the construction trainee are going to start walking back there, but we didn't know what we were looking at back there. No,
Yeah, you're saying that they saw
saw like a car that was leaning really bad there. Yeah, stand by.
We never went to emergency, so we didn't know that even the cars were on the ground and we couldn't hear them communicating with us because the train was too long.
Allegheny N55.
Yes.
Yeah, the head end there is having a tough time hearing you guys. See what you're saying, that there's a car that's leaning really bad from what you see there over?
Yeah, whenever we were coming around the curve there, it actually looked like it was on the ground. There was that much of a difference. The people at the curve were jumping up and down and waving at us to stop. So we finally seen it and got stopped. We're straightened out now. The conductor's going to go up and check. It looks like it's on the rail, but I don't know if it's got a bad drawbar or it blew something out of that car.
All right, and about how many cars away from you is it? All right, I'll let the head end know that you guys are going up there to inspect this car.
Probably our department on their way up here.
Allegheny 39G.
Who's calling 39G?
Yeah, 39G. Yeah, that helper crew is going to go inspect this car there. They're not sure if it's a drawbar. They don't think it's on the ground, but they're going to go up there to inspect it.
We can't hear nothing from the helper there, Allegheny. You're going to have to transmit.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you. That's what they said. They're going to go up there to inspect that car. They're not sure if it's a drawbar. They don't think it's on the ground, but they're going to go up there and look.
All right, try a different base. You're coming in all static, Allegheny.
I'm sorry, 39G. Say that again. You're coming in really muffled.
Say they're going to inspect the car?
Yeah, roger that, 39G. They're going to go inspect that car and see what's going on.
After some visual confirmation from the YouTube live feature, you definitely had a lot of people telling you there was stuff wrong up ahead.
I was trying to think of a way to tell you that without telling you that. Are you talking to the guy in the blue that was jumping up and down?
You want to come back here, Rose? It looked like everybody in the audience there was waving to stop. It looked like maybe some coal hoppers were up in the air, but you can't really tell.
Yeah, that's what he said.
X138, the car ended up in the trailing truck set that was popped up in the air.
Did you hear that, Dan?
Got some good first-hand witness there.
Yeah, as excited as they were, we could tell something was definitely wrong.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Tell them we said thank you, and the conductor will be back to sign autographs.
I have seen my fair share of mixed freights with 4 or more engines up front, like on 10G, 11V, 13V, 18N, and even 36A. But that doesn't excuse what the crew did on that day. Having all 7 engines, including the 4 helpers on the rear, being online, that meant that the train had way too much power, and that's what caused the LWAX 138 to have its trucks lean in the air 3 feet off the railhead and then coming right back on the tracks once the train came to a stop. The Pittsburgh line has plenty of heavy freight trains going through its line every day. Coal trains, intermodals, garbage trains, ethanol, crude oil, grain, and even some work trains like ballast. But that doesn't mean that you need 4 helpers on the rear online at the same time. What 39G's crew should have done is whenever the second unit was shut down, they should have kept the lead unit on the rear 7230 running and should have had the 7235 and the 7229 as backup. That way, if 7230 would have shut down due to a ground relay fault like the 7254, then 7235 and 7229 could be the ones providing the power on the rear. 2 years have passed since this incident, and it's a reminder that it's not only important to make sure you make it up the horseshoe, curve, and crescent, but it's also important to know how many engines you have on at a time. Hopefully an incident like this won't happen again, and the rail fans are able to enjoy the sights of freight trains with large engine lash-ups.